Today we're talking about something crucial for your financial health, the emergency fund. In a few words, your emergency fund is your first line of defense in case something happens. If life throws a surprise towards you, at least you have something to defend yourself and manage that situation to the best of your ability. Going straight to the point, what is an emergency fund? An emergency fund is some money that you set aside, especially for unexpected expenses. This can include job loss, a medical or dental emergency. You may need to repair your vehicle or your house, or you have a major repair at house. So there's multiple situations that this money can be handy for you. And if you're already living paycheck to paycheck, being caught off guard because you don't have any defense in case of an emergency, it's a recipe for disaster. And it can be devastating for you. Because imagine if you have a $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 repair you need to do in a single month. If you're already living paycheck to paycheck, that will be very difficult. And maybe you will, I'll not pay the credit card this month, or I'll take a line of credit, and then we know where all this is going, right? So you need some emergency fund to help you during those difficult times, so you don't have to take a line of credit or any type of debt, and as well to serve as a protection for your investments. So let's say you have a $20,000 invested in stocks. Imagine you're in a bad period of time when stocks are down, and then you have an emergency at your place, a job loss. Usually those things can be linked due to a economic downturn. So, and then you have to sell your stocks at the lowest point just to cover your emergency. So the emergency fund is a safe net for your investments as well. At least that's how I like to associate. But how much you should save? Here, the general recommendation is 3 to 6 months of expenses. This can feel overwhelming. For example, if you have a $7,000 expense per month times 6, it would be $42,000 for your emergency fund. So that's a lot. But again, you can bring that down to 3 months, so it's more feasible. Or like I was saying, even 1 or 2 months, it's better than nothing. Here are some tips to get you started. First, of course, the most basic one, track your expenses. So you need to know where your money is going every single month. So you need a budget. And I already have one video here when I went through how to create your budget and a few tips, especially if it's your first time. Now that you have a budget and you know how much you can save every month, you need to start moving that money towards a high interest savings account. And here we have multiple options. I like the online banks like EQ Bank, Wealthsimple, Neo Financial. They're the ones that usually offer a better return on your investments. Most banks will offer less than 2%, sometimes even less than 1% a year. No, not even a month, a year. I'm using Wealthsimple right now. It's offering a 4% interest on your cash account. And you can get up to 4.5 or even 5% depending if you set the direct deposit, if you have over $100,000. But even the basic one, that's the one I'm in right now, 4% is the highest you can get, basically. EQ Bank is offering a start at 2.5%, and it can get up to 4% if you get the direct deposit and a few other bonus. Neo is at 4% as well. So I think 4% is the highest we have in the market, especially for the big online brands. And again, it can change in the future. I'm doing this video in April 2024. So depending of when you're watching this, it's always good to do a bit of research, but I would start with Wealthsimple, check there, EQ Bank, Neo Financial. And actually, I think it's good to have separate from your checking, because I'm currently using Tangerine as my bank account, and then I have my emergency fund with Wealthsimple. So because it's separated, it's less likely that I will use that money towards something that is not an emergency, because that's the key thing. This is an emergency fund. You should not use for pay for travel or eating out or anything like that. And if your emergency fund is with your bank that you're using every day, with your credit card and your checking account linked there, it's difficult to resist using that money. So it's good to keep it separate so you're not checking every day. And here I want to incentivize you to save any amount. If you can start with $20, that's fine. It will take longer, but it's better than nothing. And at least you can start to exercise your saving muscle, let's call it that. and get used to it. And then maybe next month do a challenge and go to $40 or $50 or $100, $200 and try to maximize the amount you can save every single month. And again, we don't want here to stop living and just cut every single thing, but at the same time we need to keep a good balance with our financial health. Building an emergency fund is an investment into your financial security. And also there's a psychological part to it. Because if you know you have $20,000, $30,000 saved in an account in case something happens, this will give you peace of mind. And a personal note here, in beginning of 2022, my company closed the market here in Alberta and BC and Saskatchewan. So we had a massive layoff. And I had my emergency fund. So that I know what I'm talking about when I'm telling you this is a game changing, because you're not that desperate, because you have your employment insurance, you have some severance, and you have your emergency fund to defend you and give you enough time to transition to a new career or different industry or whatever it may be. But at least you're not as desperate as you would be if you were living paycheck to paycheck with no money reserves. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll reply right away. Subscribe to the channel, like this video if it was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next one.